How to connect with your higher self. For everybody that's new that's watching, we have a higher self and the ego. Your ego is this body. Your ego is what you like to do. Your ego is how you talk, all that shit. Your higher self is your soul, your higher being, your righteous side. The side of you that's at peace, understanding, acceptance. Win your higher self whenever you have to be the bigger man. Win your higher self when you forgive somebody. Everything that you do that goes outside of your ego's comfortability is your higher self. You trying to better yourself and work out and shit, but you feel tired or whatever, that's your ego feeling tired and your higher self actually getting up and working out. If you want to change your diet, your ego want to eat the same foods, but your higher self want to change. Just watch my video on ego versus higher self for a better understanding. Now that we understand the difference between ego and higher self, now we have to understand how to connect with our higher self. Now, some people are more connected with their higher self than others. There's people out here that's literally disconnected with their higher self. They disconnected from their soul, just out here living like egos. Them be the people with no heart that can never think about nobody else, that can never have empathy. Just out here eating any kind of food, doing all kinds of wicked shit and not believing in nothing. Since they're disconnected with their higher self, they have no inner guidance. We was all once about to do something evil before, right? But we all have a voice in our head telling us to don't do it. That's because, like I said, it's some people that's more connected with their higher self than others. Because once you in tune with your higher self, you always have that inner guidance. If you barely connected with your higher self, every once in a while, you're going to be having that inner guidance and them intuitive pulls. Telling you don't do this, don't go there. If you're not in tune with your higher self, you never going to have that intuition. If you connected with your higher self, that voice always going to be there. You always going to have that higher inner guidance. The problem with these wicked ass people today, they do whatever they want because they don't have nothing inside of them telling them to do otherwise. They don't have that righteous soul in them, that good side. They're just all ego. I keep telling y'all to meditate. That's when y'all connect with your higher self. This body is nothing but a vessel that your soul can express itself in. You're not your body. So since your soul is inside this body, it's going to express itself through its ego. So it's not always going to be righteous. It's not always going to be at peace now. Now you have a higher self that you got to connect to. You battling this ego to maintain your higher self. It's like this body is a trap for your soul. Everything this body wants to do goes against your soul. But when you meditate, you become more of your soul. You start thinking more in your higher self. Because everything you learned outside of you. You learned from a book, school, another person. That's information that came from other people. You meditate, you get the only one true information, and that's from yourself. That's the only source you can trust. You meditate, you putting this ego on pause. You pause in all its thoughts. So now that your ego is on pause, you just being your higher self in meditation. Practice self-discipline. Understand that you are a soul inside the body. Understand that you control everything that happens in your life. You control when you're going to eat this. You control when this is going to happen. You don't let life just hit you. Once you start practicing self-discipline, you're going against the ego. Stopping your own self from doing something that you like because it's bad for you. If you can discipline yourself and actually go through with it, you're now moving in your higher self. The more you do that, it's the more you practice keeping your higher self over your ego.